final. The men's, both the sides are all bright smiles across their faces, because on ground they may be rivals, but off the ground they are best friends, best buddies, and that's what it should be.
I would request the umpires to take the field, please.
Heritage Tigers is full squad across your screens. The final 11, followed by Salika Challengers full squad in front of you. Salika Challengers 11 versus Heritage Tigers 11. Two of the ultimate best sides will be locking horns for one last time for ultimate glory. Ladies and gentlemen, in the SECO presents the Calcutta Cricket and Football Club T10 Cricket Premier League 2026, and I'm your commentator again, Damini Basu, for one last time through the proceedings for the grand finale of the Gold Cup final. For ultimate glory, which side will be crowned
Match officials
the
taking the
champions?
field.
Here we have the
This is the
honorable
final
match
Gold Cup
officials
final
walking out
between
to the
Heritage
ground,
Tigers and Salika Challengers.
followed by the Salika Challengers.
Salika
And the toss update is that Salika Challengers have won the toss and opted to field first again. Each and every side going out wanting to bowl first. Well, in the Silver Cup we saw the team opting to bowl first has eventually gone on to win the final. Will it be a similar situation in the Gold Cup final? Would be interesting to see. The openers are out and ready, the Salika Challengers, as we await the arrival of Heritage Tigers. It's time for the Gold Cup final. Let's hear it for both the teams, Salika Challengers and the Heritage Tigers. Salika Challengers, well, both the teams have, the same color, that's blue, but one is slightly lighter than the other. If one is sky blue, the other is a little towards navy blue. And here we have the openers walking in a gallant entry for the Heritage Tigers. Both Salika and Heritage have been two of the best sides in CCFC for the past 1 month. In the Silver Cup, we saw Eastern Financials registering a very good win. And tonight, it's time for the clash for ultimate glory. For one last time, these 11 men respectively from their teams from a side. 11 from Heritage, 11 from Salika. For one last time, for ultimate glory. Locking horns against each other. A lot is at stake. A lot will be at stake. The best from their squads are up and ready, up and rearing with bright smiles, chests full and tanks full of energy. And here commences the Gold Cup final for the Heritage Tigers. The openers are Purab Joshi and Aman Sondhi, or you can call him A-Man Sondhi, because that's how he wears his name with pride, because he's a man and he would tonight want to be the man for the Heritage Tigers. Oh, that struck hard. That struck very hard. Will find the fielder. And the opening bowler for the Salika Challengers would be Raghav Agarwal. Well, Salika Challengers in the points table, if we can recall, are till now in this tournament unbeaten. Would you believe that? They have an all-perfect win record in this entire tournament till now. While Heritage, they had just lost against Lagan Lions in their opener, in the tournament opener. And since then, oh my word! That was such an excellent fielding effort. Had the fielder latched onto it, it would have been a dream start to the Salika Challengers. That was flicked straight towards third, fine leg. Raghav Agarwal is doing a wonderful job in his opening delivery. That's in the air. Shouts of catch it. Taken! And just hear the loud screams. Raghav Agarwal provides the first breakthrough to the Salika Challengers. And Aman Sondhi will have to walk back to the pavilion. That was a full-length delivery, just flicked, and a very, very good catch taken by the fielder. Stationed well at cover point. The new batter in would be Harshvardhan Shah. Heritage Tigers are off to a shaky start. Raghav Agarwal, just take a look at his figures till now. Just a run conceded and already has a breakthrough to his name. Well, Harshvardhan Shah alongside Purab Joshi. Let's see what he does. That was very good delivery and excellent fielding effort. Just take a look at the intent from Raghav Agarwal. This is 10 on 10 intent, giving his all, and rightfully so in a final, especially when you're playing the Gold Cup final. Last ball of the over, not quite. That will be a wide. Will have to be bowled again. An extra. But what an excellent over this has turned out to be. What a start by Salika Challengers. Well, at least through this over they have justified very well why opting to bowl first has been definitely the correct decision by them. Gently flicked. That will race away just to find the fielder. And that's good running between the wickets. So end of the first over. Heritage Tigers are 4 for 1. Heritage Tigers 4 for 1 after the first over. New bowler into the attack is Yashovardhan Kanodia. Starts with a full end delivery that will just be flicked into the air for a brief period of time and will be found by the fielder stationed at mid-off. It's Yashovardhan Kanodia in the opening match, at least the tournament opener which the Salika Challengers had won. Yashovardhan Kanodia was the player of the match in it. And he had done a splendid job. He's such a humble person, such a humble being. A very talented cricketer himself. Short pitch delivery, that's in the air. Is that an opportunity? It is! And Yashovardhan Kanodia this time with a very, very good catch. What is happening? Salika Challengers, 2 wickets in 2 consecutive overs, and this time it's Selica challengers are elated. And they are definitely on top in this match. And Heritage Tigers in quick time inside the power play have lost 2 quick wickets, and the new batter in will be their very experienced player Ishanjit Ghosh, right-handed batter. What a start, what a performance this is turning out to be for the Selica challengers, proving every bit why opting to field first is definitely the correct decision, the correct choice by them. Swing and a miss. Very good performance. This is such an excellent over by Yashovardhan Kanodia. Oh, that just breezed past the outside edge of the willow. This is mind-blowing bowling by Yashovardhan Kanodia. That struck with power. Few bounces over to the boundary ropes for 4 runs. So the counter punch by Heritage Tigers finally. And this was very, very much needed by them. And it's Ishanjit Ghosh. Well, he certainly with that shot asserted his authority, why he is one of the best seasoned campaigners and the most experienced player for his side. Just breezing past the outside edge of the willow, but what an over, what an even full over. This turned out to be a wicket, a boundary, it's all happening. 2 overs done, Heritage Tigers are 8 for 2. The batting scorecard for the Heritage Tigers. The bowling scorecard for the Selica challengers, both Raghav and Yashovardhan with a wicket apiece. And Raghav Agarwal has been brought back for his second and final over, and also for the last over in the power play. That struck hard on the onside like a tracer bullet, will race away for a boundary. And now suddenly Heritage Tigers have decided to change gears. The boundaries are now coming in for the Heritage Tigers, and rightfully so. They should be coming in large numbers. Full end delivery on the onside. Chance of a run out. Question asked. Question has been asked. And the decision will be reviewed. But even if before that, Salika Challengers, his fielders have started celebrating, and rightfully so, because it's all happening. It is such a befitting final, and Salika Challengers in each and every over till now. This is the third over, and in each and every over they've done something eventful or the other. And here's chance for something of the sort to happen again. We await the third umpire's call on this. Well, here we are. What exactly happened? Harshvardhan offering the shot. Here we are with the replay. Yes, so there's another success for the Salika Challengers. There's the run out confirmation. In no time, Heritage Tigers inside the power play in each and every over have lost 3 wickets respectively. It's all happening in this over. It's all happening. Oh my word. Oh, beats the fielder, but there's protection. Not quite. Will race away to the boundary ropes. So you can just see neither of the sides are willing to give in. While the power play, you've got to give it to Salika Challengers, because in each and every over, Salika Challengers have managed to get a wicket for themselves. They are going at wickets per over. You usually count runs per over, but Salika Challengers right now are going at wickets per over. And take a look at the pattern of this over. A boundary, a wicket, a boundary. That's a pattern. Well, what's happening in the next delivery would be interesting to see. The new batter in is Arjapratim Dotto alongside Harshvardhan. Flicked away straight to fine leg. Fielder is there, and the batters will get a single for this. Salika Challengers going wickets per over. That's the rate. But no, on a serious note, from Heritage Tigers' point of view, they will have to get themselves a partnership. They need to stitch up a partnership, because that is exactly what's going to, aid them if they are looking to put a good total on the board. The last 2 deliveries of the power play remaining. Dead ball. We still await the last 2 deliveries. This is a very eventful over. 2 boundaries, a wicket, it's all happening. Last delivery of the power play. Cross pitch delivery will just be flicked for no intent. So dot to finish. End of the power play. Heritage Tigers are 17 for 3. The power play concludes. Here's the batting scorecard right after the power play for the Heritage Tigers. While Ccfc Challengers' bowling looks very impressive, that's the bowling scorecard for them. And it's Yashovardhan Kanodia who's been brought back for his second and final over. He'll start with a wide. Yashovardhan Kanodia, we can just recall that excellent wicket that he had taken off his own bowling, that wonderful catch, and given away just 5. That's the capability that he possesses. That will be a wide again. So reload. Two back-to-back dots. So 2 back-to-back wides followed by 2 back-to-back dots. Yashovardhan Kanodia is back in his form, and rightfully so. That's played. Will find the fielder for just a single. Well, Ishanjit Ghosh, he unfortunately got run out. He was going so well. Wide outside the off stump for just a single again. That struck hard along the ground again. Straight to the fielder. 3 consecutive singles. Last ball of the over. That struck hard along the ground. Will find the fielder again. Very good comeback by Yashovardhan. And he completes his 2. 4 overs done. It's 22 for 3. And the bar graph for the Heritage Tigers still now. The new bowler in, a change in bowling, of course. Now it's Satish Sharma who's been brought in for the first time. Starts off with a full length delivery that's been launched and will race away straight to where the trophy laden tables are for a beautiful boundary, a gift to the Heritage Tigers. That was straight onto the slot and no trouble at all for the batter to just launch it away. And that's a shot again, this time straight towards the wide long on region to the fielder. So the runs are now slowly and gradually coming in for the Heritage Tigers. That's along the ground between the gates of the non-striker, straight to the fielder for a single. So good comeback by Satish Sharma here. Wanted to go for the big one again with that sweep shot. Didn't quite get the connection. Harshvardhan Shah, who's batting wonderfully. He is batting on 18 of 12, which is now 19 of 13. Splendid performance. Swing and a miss that stayed very low. The previous one was given a leg bye. Last ball of the over. That's in the air. Has it gone away? Yes, it has. Few bounces over Straight towards the long on region for a boundary. What a way to finish the over. It started with a boundary, it finishes with a boundary. Halfway through, 5 overs done. Heritage Tigers are 34 for 3. The batting scorecard for the Heritage Tigers, a brief of what they've been doing, and so is the column graph, which will allow you to understand the rate at which they have been scoring their runs. And the new batter in would be Harsh Biani. A change in bowling here. Halfway mark, Heritage at 34 for 3. They're going at 6.80. That's the scoring rate. Well, they would want to do definitely better than that. That was straight onto the pads. For just a single, it will be flicked. Harshvardhan moves up to 22 of 14. Just 3 runs away from his 25. In fact, the new bowler is Pranav. The new bowler is Pranav, who's been brought into the attack for the first time and started off with a leg bye. Tapped on the onside for another cheeky single. That slapped hard, just going past the fielder, but there's protection and the batters will come back for the second. This is very good running between the wickets. That's in the air and it will straight reach to the fielder. And the change in bowling now works wonders. Pranav gets his first and Heritage Tigers lose their fourth. That was a short pitch delivery. Wanted to pull it away for a maximum, didn't quite get the connection, but a very good catch taken by the fielder. Stationed at backward square leg. And the new batter in would be Vedant Gupta to join Harshvardhan. Stats for Vedant Gupta. 1897 runs to his name. Well, what another over is this turning out to be. It's all happening and all happening well for Ccfc Challengers' point of view. Each and every change in bowling is working wonders for them, rightfully. Wide will have to be reloaded. Wide again, so 2 back-to-back wides. A bit under pressure is Pranav. Just going past, question asked, bowler is animated, wicketkeeper is extremely interested, but perhaps the umpire isn't quite convinced. Well, I think the umpire feels that there was no connection, so the batter is absolutely safe and the match is to resume. Swing and a miss. End of the 6th over. Heritage Tigers are 40 for 4. Another very rewarding over for Pranav. He gives away just 5 and has a wicket to his name. And that's the worm for the Heritage Tigers. The bowling scorecard for the Ccfc Challengers: Raghav, Yashovardhan and Pranav with a wicket apiece. Change in bowling. Now comes Om Prakash Tiwari for the first time. Harshvardhan, 23 of 15. Could you probably call him the soul, the only knight in shining armor, the lone warrior for the Heritage Tigers? Shimmy down the track, pulled away on the offside. That will race away to the boundary ropes for 4 runs. And these are the boundaries that Heritage Tigers will have to score in plenty and in regular intervals, in very good frequency, because only then they'll be able to put up a good total on the board. And with that boundary in style, Harshvardhan is definitely the knight in shining armor for the Heritage Tigers, as he stays not out on 27 of just 16 deliveries. Well done. Harshvardhan, the knight in shining armor, walking out as he completes his 25-run quota, and the change in batting will bring in Sahil Wadhwa. Full and delivery, swing and a miss, just breezing past the upper edge of the willow of Sahil Wadhwa. That's very good bowling by Om Prakash Tiwari. This is sensational stuff by Om Prakash Tiwari. Yes, he had gone for a boundary, but then after that, 2 back-to-back dots. He's definitely up to something. He's definitely working on some strategy here, maybe. Gently tapped down on the onside. There's a fielder. Just a single. Just another 2 deliveries remaining. Heritage Tigers will have to work something out of their scoring rate. They would want to do that. Pulled away with power. Will it travel? No, it will find the fielder. They'll come back for the second. This is good running. Question asked, question asked. Is it gone? Selika challengers are related. Oh boy, it is. Oh wow. Excellent presence of mind, excellent fielding efforts. Because the batter is walking out. And what a performance this is. Take a look at this replay. Very good fielding. Take a look at the fielder, yes. Good collection by the bowler. Good collection by the wicket keeper. Yes, it's Yashovardhan Kanadia. He will never disappoint. And in 6.5 overs, half the battalion of Heritage Tigers is back to the pavilion. They are 46 for 5. Selika challengers contributing with wickets in regular intervals. And the new batter in is Selis Arya alongside Sahil Wadhwa. Last ball of the over, a Yorker, question asked. won't be persisted with, and neither do the batters go for the single. So a very eventful over again comes to its conclusion. 7 overs done. Heritage Tigers are 46 for 5. The last 3 overs remaining. The batting scorecard for the Heritage Tigers, well, this is how it looks. Followed by the bowling scorecard for the Ccfc Challengers. Looks impressive equally. Pranav comes back for his second and final over and starts off with a wonderful delivery again, even equal better fielding. And Pranav, we can recall how excellent he was in his opening spell, giving away just 5 and a wicket to his name, providing a breakthrough too. Heritage Tigers, well, they will have to try now and not lose any more wickets, survive the last 3 overs. You know, they have to believe in themselves. They have the talent. They have the potential. That's gone towards fine leg. The batters will come back for the second. Very good running between the wickets. Just 2 coming off it till now. Slapped away along the ground on the offside. For another dot. Swing and a miss. In fact, it's a wide. Will have to be reloaded. Swing and a miss again. Wanted to go for the big one. It's pretty much evident from Sahil Wadwa's stance. Last ball of the over. Shimmy down the track. That's plunged away into the night sky for a huge 6. Well done, Sahil Wadwa. It was pretty much evident that he was desperately searching for a big shot. Well, here it is. He finishes the 8th over with a wonderful, glorious 6 towards the deep backward square leg region. Wonderful. 8 overs done. Heritage Tigers are 55 for 5. And with that 6, the 50 runs are up on the board as well for the Heritage Tigers. That's the column graph in their performance. And let's take a look at Salika Challengers as extras. Well, they have delivered 6 wides till now. Om Prakash Tiwari will be brought back for his second and final over for the night. Om Prakash Tiwari with his second and final over for the night. Here's first ball of the over, swing and a miss. Well, again, it seemed this time Sailis Arya wanted to go for the big one, didn't quite get the connection, but lucky for him, the wicketkeeper wasn't stationed in that position where he would collect the ball and dislodge the bails. Along the ground, straight to the fielder for another single. A tidy start to the over by Om Prakash. Full end delivery and gone! And it's Om Prakash Tiwari. Oh my! Bullseye it is from him. The batter completely misses. And the bails have been dislodged. The batter being clean bowled. Sahil Wadhwa completely foxed by an absolute peach of a delivery by Om Prakash Tiwari. He took his time and he delivered properly. And the new batter in would be Yash Billa. That's his career stats. Well, 6 wickets down, and the new batter in is Yash Birla. Another seasoned campaigner for his side. A very talented performer. While Selis and Yash have, well, a task cut out in front of them to try and, if they can, survive the remaining of the 1.5 overs that are left. Oh, that is brilliant bowling by Om Prakash. He's consistently aiming the pads. He's going for the Yorkers. That's in the air. It's launched. Few bounces over to the boundary ropes for 4 runs. So the much needed boundary for the Heritage Tigers. They needed it and needed it in long time, in good time. Straight towards the sweeper cover region. End of the 9 overs. What a way to finish the over with a boundary in style. 9 overs done. Heritage Tigers are 62 for 6. The last over remaining. The Heritage Tigers batting scorecard, followed by the column graph of their performance. And well, Satish Sharma has been handed over the responsibility to carry forward the death bowling. He's been brought in for his second and final over for the night, and also the final over of the first innings. Well, here's the first ball of the last over. Onto the pads. Half-hearted question won't be persisted with. It was clearly deviating from the leg stump. Gets the connection correct. Oh, one bounce to the fielder. Lucky for Selis, it didn't go all the way to carry to the fielder's cupped hands. Swung away hard towards fine leg, bit of a chase for the fielder, and the batters will come back for the second. That's very good running between the wickets. Yash Birla has been cleaned up. Straight on to dislodge the bails. Satish Sharma with an absolute peach. Clean bowls Yash Birla as Heritage Tigers lose their 7th wicket. The new batter in is Anirban Dash. The last 2 deliveries of this innings remaining, that stayed very low. This is brilliant bowling by Satish Sharma. In fact, each and every bowler of Salika Challengers has done a splendid job tonight, living up, completely justifying why opting to bowl first was always the correct decision. Last ball of the innings, flicked away for a single. Do they want to come back for the second? They will come back for the second and very easily get it. Do they want a third? Well, they did want a third, but it will result in a run out. So 8 wickets that fall for the Heritage Tigers, and that concludes the first innings. The 10 overs, Heritage Tigers post 68 for 8 in the first innings as it concludes. So the target will be a 69 that Salika Challengers will have to come and chase in the second innings. (67 for 8) rather, that's the update. Heritage Tigers posting 67 for 8. So the target will be a 68. 68 is the target that will need to be chased by Salika Challengers as they come out in the run chase. We'll be right back. run chase. The much awaited run chase. A matter of a full 1 month almost. And it's now zeroed down to the final of the Gold Cup in the Ccfc tournament. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It's time. You are cordially invited to the Ccfc presents the Calcutta Cricket and Football Club T10 Cricket Premier League 2026. You're watching the Gold Cup final. It's time for the run chase, and I'm your voice for one last time in this tournament, Damini Basu. And Heritage Tigers, the fielders are all on the ground, and so have the openers for the Ccfc Challengers come out. Just an update, Heritage Tigers posted 67 for 8 in their 10 overs. So the target is a 68 that the Ccfc Challengers will have to chase down in their 10 overs. It's time for the first delivery of the run chase. The openers for Ccfc Challengers are Rahul Roy and Pranav, while the opening bowler is the most seasoned campaigner himself from the Heritage Tigers, Ishanjit Ghosh. The target is a 68 that will be needed now in 59. It's an open game. Anybody's game can it be tonight. It's only a matter of who keeps control of their nerves. And what a start by Ccfc Challengers. A full-length delivery that's been slapped along the ground, straight towards the deep backward point region for a boundary. So early on, the charge is in from Ccfc Challengers in this run chase. Another one beats the fielder, and it will race away for another boundary. So two back-to-back boundaries. So Ccfc Challengers are off to a wonderful start. They were off to a brilliant start with their bowling, and now they are off to a brilliant start with their batting in the run chase as well. .60 needed in 57. Well, Ccfc are probably looking to speed up their journey to the target. Rahul Roy and Pranav, the openers. Ishanjit, the opener for Heritage. Better come back by him. This is very good bowling. Better come back by Ishanjit. That delivery was pretty slow, so it didn't allow the batters to think of taking any run. That's in the air. Shouts of catch it. Just over the fielder's head. There were shouts of catch it. Last ball of the over. Gets the connection this time. It will sail away. One bounce over to the boundary ropes for 4 runs. What an absolute brilliant start to the over. To the run chase by Salika Challengers. 2 boundaries and a boundary to finish the over. It's 3 boundaries in this. That was wonderfully struck. Straight towards the long off region. End of the first over. Salika Challengers are 13 for no loss. 55 needed in 54. That's the equation. Purab Joshi has been brought in, and take a look at his best bowling figures. He has a 4 for to his name with just 8 runs conceded. Well, that's a talented person. That's a very talented player. He's the the most reliant all-rounder for his side. Well, Salika Challengers are off to a dream start in a run chase of 68. Well, 13 is what they start off with. This run chase will in no time be finished by them. Swing and a miss. Good start to the over by Purab Joshi. Straight onto the pads. Question asked. Umpire isn't convinced enough. And the match will have to continue. The batter is absolutely safe. Good length delivery towards the offside, straight to the fielder stationed at point. So Purab Joshi is delivering a very good over here. He's just conceded a single. That struck away. One bounce over to the boundary ropes for a boundary by Pranav of Selika Challengers. It was not at all a poor delivery, but the shot selection was tremendous. So the equation has now come down to run a ball 50 of 50. That's flicked away even better than the earlier one. Oh! That was an excellent attempt for a catch by the fielder Vedant, who was stationed at the sweeper cover region. We remember, at least I remember, the last match that Vedant had played against the Lagan Lions. This was exactly the position he was stationed, and he had taken a wonderful catch like that. It was in the qualifier, if not the qualifier, I think in the league stage he had done it. Flicked away on the onside, and this time it will race away to the boundary ropes for a boundary. So another rewarding over for the Selika Challengers. They are speeding up their journey to the target. End of the second over. Selika Challengers are cruising at 23 for no loss, making the most out of the power play. 45 needed in 48. Ishanjit Ghosh has come in for his second and final over for the night. He'd gone for 13 of his opening spell. He would definitely want to come back from that. Full length delivery that's pulled away on the onside towards sweeper cover region. The fielder Vedant. Pulled away into the skies, and one bounce. Has it traveled the distance, or is it a boundary? We need the confirmation. Yes, it's a boundary. One bounce over to the ropes for 4 runs. So Selika Challengers in every single over have been bringing in the boundaries, and most importantly making the most out of this run chase. Okay, so it's not a boundary, it's actually a maximum, a wonderful maximum. So, well, if it wouldn't be wrong to say that Salika challengers are probably too tired, hitting the boundary, so decide why not go for the sixes. Let's accelerate even more. But no, on a serious note, this is some sensational batting stuff by the Salika challengers' batters, the openers to be precise. Rahul Roy is on 21 of 11, just 4 away from his quota completion. Pranav on the other side providing the support. That was straight on to the pad, just deflected for a single. They'll come back for the second. Very good running between the wickets. That's the partnership, 33 of just 16 between Rahul Roy and Pranav. Both looking so wonderful. 35 needed of 44. That's the equation. Oh my word! That was excellent effort, but we just hope that the fielder is fine there. The fielder hasn't hurt himself, because that was straight onto the chest. I think the fielder has hurt his chest, but take a look at this replay. Ishanjit Ghosh, well, he has proven why he's the best seasoned campaigner. An absolute beauty, this catch. The more you look at it, the more you want to appreciate it. Jumping to his left. An absolute Jaffa. The fielder at cover. Oh, it's Purab Joshi. Well, there's no surprises why this catch was sensational. Purab Joshi has to always be at his best. Always has to perform with his best. We just hope he's fine. He hasn't injured himself. And Ishanjit Ghosh even better. So this duo of Ishanjit Ghosh and Purab Joshi, two of, the best performers for Heritage Tigers. Ishanjit finally providing the first breakthrough, and Purab Joshi with another sample of one of the best catches in this entire tournament. Sliced along the ground. There's a fielder present. Excellent fielding effort. So the power play concludes. End of the 3. Salika challengers are 34 for 1. They are halfway through and now need exactly 34 runs from here. In 42 deliveries. And take a look at the worm, the comparison worm for both the sides. Followed by the column graph performance. And A change in bowling now. For the first time, Yash Birla has been brought into the attack. A very common face, a very popular face across cricket leagues, cricket tournaments around the city of Kolkata. And even in this tournament, he has been brilliant with his performance. His first ball starts off with a good length delivery. The speciality of Yash Birla is that, of course, he is, a wicket taker, but more than that, he has this very special potential of being one of the most economical bowlers for his side. He'll just concede a single in the next delivery. And probably why he's been brought here is because, it's about time. The power play has concluded, and which means that the field restrictions have been lifted, and maybe Yash Birla can, provide that much needed breakthrough maybe, and if not a breakthrough, at least can put a leash in the, skyrocketing scoring of the Silaika challengers. Gently tapped down towards third man. There's a fielder stationed. Gently tapped down again. Well, this is exactly what's being referred to. You can just see how suddenly the scoring rate has, been put a leash on. The equation is still that the required number of runs is less as compared to the available number of deliveries. But what Yash is doing here is, he is slightly putting a leash where, Salika are not getting hold of the big shots anywhere. That's gone up high. That should be an opportunity. Oh dear. Oh dear. Well, that was a wonderful opportunity created by Yash Birla, just as we were talking about his wicket taking capabilities. Unfortunate, the catch couldn't be taken by the wicket keeper. Last ball of the over, that's pulled away on the onside to the fielder Vedant. They'll take just a single. Just 4 given of it. A very good over for his opening spell from Yash Birla. 4 overs done. Salika challengers are 38 for 1. .30 needed of 36, that's the equation. The new batter after that wicket had fallen was Yashovardhan Kanodia to join Rahul Roy, and even we saw Yashovardhan Kanodia with his brilliant batting performance today. I beg your pardon, brilliant bowling performance. He had taken wickets, he had fielded well, he had bowled well. He was brilliant with his wicket keeping as well, and now it's time for him to deliver with the bat. And take a look at this wonderful crowd who's coming in large numbers. Oh, identical twins here. That's flung away. That's huge. That's massive. That's a 6. And Rahul Roy with that glorious 6 over the deep backward square leg region will complete his 25 and walk out. Take a look at that man, that knight in shining armor for the Seliga Challengers, completing his 25 and moving out. He finishes on a whopping 29 not out. Take a bow, Rahul Roy. And the change in batting will bring in Pratham Khem alongside Yashovardhan Kanodia. And that's the career stats for Pratham Khem. That's sliced along the ground, straight to the fielder. That's down the ground and sailing away into the night sky. Launched away for another huge 6 by Yashovardhan Kanodia. That was slapped so hard down the ground, straight towards the lawn region. And with that 6, the 50 runs are up on the board for Seliga Challengers. This went just over the fielder's head. And it will race away to the boundary ropes for 4 runs. So Seliga Challengers are sailing away with such a rewarding over. This is a huge over for them. 2 sixes have come and a boundary. All the runs coming in, the bulk of the runs coming in this over. Full end delivery, gently flicked on the onside this time for just a single. Last ball of the over, not quite. That will be a wide. Will have to be bowled again. This should be the last delivery. It is of the over to finish with a dot, but an excellent over for the Seliga Challengers again. Halfway through, 5 overs done. They are 57 for 1. Just 11 runs away from victory. 11 needed of 30. So that's the equation. 11 needed a 30. And another change in bowling. The new bowler into the attack would be Sailesh Arya. That's launched. One bounce, few bounces to the boundary roads towards the deep backward point region. Speed up to the run chase is pretty much there. Well, this might just be the moment, is it? This might just be the over, the winning over. That's launched. Few bounces over to the boundary rope. Not quite. There's a fielder stationed. But the speed at which Salika Challengers have been scoring, this might just be the, the over where the match concludes. Yes, it's gone away to the boundary. So 3 runs away from victory here. Salika Challengers. You can just hear the loud screams from the dugout. That's sliced away along the ground. There's a fielder stationed, Ishanjit Ghosh, with the fielding. Will things finish off in this particular over? Just straight back to the bowler. But just take a look at this pattern. A boundary, a dot, a boundary followed by 2 dots. Well, let's see what happens in the last delivery of this over. Wide outside the off stump. That's it! And Salika Challengers are the champions of the Gold Cup final. What a way to finish with the victory. And guess what? The winning shot comes off Yashovardhan Kanodia. Salika Challengers are the champions, winning by a huge margin of 9 wickets. They are the champions of the Ccfc Cricket Premier League 2026. Congratulations, and many congratulations to Heritage Tigers as well. And therefore you will be the player of the match, Yashovardhan Kanodia. And that concludes this moment here. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you so much for tuning in. You were watching the SECO presents Ccfc T10 Cricket Premier League. With this moment, it comes to its conclusion, and hearing me, Damini Basu, I'll be taking your leave with the presentation in a few moments. Until then, it's good night and goodbye.
check. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the prize distribution of the Ccfc T10 Cricket Premier League 2026. We've had a fantastic month of cricket, and it all culminated in some great finals today, three finals in particular. Starting off with, I would like to introduce the president of CCNFC, Mr. Saurav Chatterjee, to join me on stage, as well as the vice president of CCNFC, Mr. Irfan Ahmed, to also join me on stage. We have quite a few distinguished guests with us this evening, and I would like to specially invite them on stage, starting with Mr. Arun Lal, Bengal cricket legend, former India cricketer, and former president of CCNFC as well. Ms. Shivika Burman, former India number former Indian #1 tennis player, who also joined us yesterday for the ladies opening ceremony. Mr. Naresh Ojha, ex-CCNFC president and former secretary of CAB as well. And Mr. Ajay Rathore, ex-CCNFC cricket captain. Thank you so much for joining us. Before we start off, I'd like to invite Mr. Arun Lal to say a few words.
Good evening. It's really magnificent to see so much participation, so much enthusiasm, and so much passion. You know, the best thing about sport is the fact that you can enjoy it and really love being on the park. And what an opportunity by CCFC that on a ground like this and a club like this with such heritage that you have this opportunity of coming here and enjoying yourself on the park. I hope you really enjoyed yourself, and this particular tournament has really caught on. It's really nice, great participation, great competitiveness, and it can only get better. And so, I wish you guys well, and then obviously congratulations to all the teams who participated, not only the one that won. And you guys did a good job because you stopped a hat-trick, I'm told, by the opposition. So well done and congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. And of course, this was the first time that we've had not only the 7 women's teams, not only the 7 men's teams, but 3 women's teams this season. So 10 teams in total, and that is a fantastic feat, definitely. Lots of people behind the scenes to thank, and I would request our guests to stay on and present mementos to the most hardworking people in the last 1 month, the umpires, the scorers, and Dr. Haq, our physio. We have a few mementos for them, and requesting our guests, Mr. Arun Lal, Mr. Shivika Burman, Mr. Naresh Ojha, and Mr. Ajay Rathore to please present, one each. A hand for the umpires, our scorers Sarat and Sumit, and Doc Nasimul Haq. So as I said, this was the inaugural edition of the CCNFC T10 Premier League Women's Edition. We had a couple of games day before yesterday, one yesterday and the final today, which culminated. And we'll start off by presenting the individual awards for that particular tournament. I request Ms. Shivika Burman to present the award, starting with the best bowler of the tournament, which goes to Jacqueline Khanna for her 3 wickets. Fantastic performance from Jackie. Well done, Jackie. Next up, the best batter, scoring 66 runs, goes to Chand Pathak. Next up, the big one, the most valuable player. It goes to someone who also got the player of the match in the final. It goes to Ananya Chandak. The captain's performance for the champions. Next up, time for the teams to collect their medals, and I request CCFC Vice President Mr. Irfan Ahmed to join Shivika in presenting the medals to the runners-up who fought really hard but just fell short in the last over. Goes to Bojangles Blasters. The entire team. And the runner-up trophy will also be presented by Mr. Ahmed and Ms. Burman. Requesting the captain to come over. Asta, who led her team really well. And the team can also come for the picture. Well done, Bojangles Blasters, runners-up of the inaugural edition of the Ladies T10. I request Shivika and Mr. Ahmed to present the medals and trophy to the champions, Lagan Lions. So the moment that they've been waiting for, the first ever champions of the SECO present CCFC T10 Cricket Premier League for the ladies. The captain has to come up, Ananya, and collect the trophy for Lagan Lions. Requesting the team to join her as well for a picture. Well done, ladies. The first of many. And requesting the ladies to move towards the champions board where you can celebrate as we move on to the awards for the men's category. Starting off with a silver final. We had a silver trophy for the first time in 8 editions, where the 5th, 6th and 7th team fought it out, and eventually there was a standout performer in the silver final, and I would request Mr. Naresh Oja to present the player of the match to the Ccfc Vice President, Mr. Irfan Ahmed, who is the player of the match for the final with an unbeaten knock and leading his side, Eastern Financial Super Kings, to the title. Next up, the silver, or the celebrations have started. Next up is the silver runner-up, and I would request Mr. Ajay Rathore and Mr. Naresh Oja to please give out the medals and trophies to the runners-up of the silver category, Power Rangers. So now it's time for the runner-up of the silver category. Once we find the trophy. Mr. Oja and Mr. Rathore will present it to the owner of Power Rangers, the co-owners of Power Rangers. In fact, the whole team is going up. Let's hear it for Power Rangers, everybody. And one of the co-owners of Power Rangers, Mr. Amit Agarwal, would like to say a couple of words.
Sorry, I'm taking 30 seconds of this valuable time. Let me congratulate the organizers. Last 1 month, we've been playing in one of the top grounds of the city, boss. This is excellent ground, excellent lights, facility, the dugouts, the tournament. We might be at the losing end this tournament, but trust me, we made good friends. We've seen some good camaraderie, and congratulations to all of you all, the winners. They were excellent, and so are we. And we're very proud that we played the finals. We lost it. Okay, we'll come back stronger next year. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Amit Bhai, for your kind words. And moving on to the champions of the silver category, I would request Mr. Arun Lal and our club president, Mr. Saurav Chatterjee, to present the medals and the trophies to the champions. The first time they've played and the first time they take home some silverware, EF Super Kings. इसका वॉल्यूम बढ़ाओ ना थोड़ा, इसका वॉल्यूम थोड़ा बढ़ाओ ना। So there we go, Mr. Lal and Mr. Chatterjee will present the winner's trophy for the silver category to Ccfc captain and captain of EF Super Kings, Zafar Aziz Khan, requesting the owners of the EF Super Kings to come up as well and receive the award. They've got the biggest cheering squad as well at every single game, and definitely brought a lot of electricity to this tournament in the first time of asking. Well done, EF Super Kings. Now we move into the gold category, and we will start off So we'll start off with the individual prizes for the gold category. Starting off with the player of the final, which I would request Mr. Naresh Ojha to present to somebody who bats, bowls, wicket keeps, then goes back to bowling again, and sounds like someone I know. It goes to Yashovardhan Kanodia, player of the final for Celica Challengers in the gold category. Russia was also number 1 draft pick, so definitely did that pick justice. Next up is the award for above 40, and we have a couple of age categories, so some standout performers from there as well. I request CCFC President Mr. Saurav Chatterjee to present the award for the best above 40 player. It goes to someone who we all dread bowling to, Mr. Wasim Aziz from Power Rangers. Next up is the above 50 category, and I would request Mr. Irfan Ahmed, Vice President of CCFC, to present this award to somebody who Wasim remembers. I'm sure he scored 20 or 5 balls to win his team a game. He also took the first 5 wicket haul ever in Ccfc T10. Mr. Sanju Datta from Lagan Lions. Next up is the Best Bowler Award. We had quite a few players taking a similar number of wickets, but eventually I would firstly request Mr. Naresh Ojha to present this award, and it goes to Siddhant Agarwal from EF Super Kings, who had a better economy compared to the other bowlers who took the same number of wickets. Shout out to Ishanjit and Raghav, but Siddhant picks up the prize. Next up, time for the Best Batter Award, and I would request Mr. Ajay Rathore to present the best batter to somebody who, again, I dread bowling to, but I'm so happy he picks up this award, Mr. Harshvardhan Shah, who knew he was winning the award, that's why so nicely dressed. Harsh. Next up, the big one, which is the Most Valuable Player Award, and I would request Mr. Arun Lal to present this award to somebody who absolutely swept us all aside, whether it's batting, bowling, or in the field. Undoubtedly the best player on the pitch, Mr. Purab Joshi of Heritage Tigers. Next up, we move on to one of the team awards, which is the Fair Play Award, and I request somebody who always upholds the standards of fair play, Mr. Jahan Mehta, part of also the sports coordinator at CCFC, to present the award to Power Rangers, who were very gracious and upheld the spirit of fair play in the CCFC T10. Let's hear for Power Rangers and Sohail as well for that moment. Well done, Power Rangers. Now we move on to the runners-up of the gold category, and I request Mr. Arun Ral and Mr. Saurav Chatterjee to present the medals and trophy to the team who almost made it a hat trick. They got very close. They've been fantastic. 3 years, 3 finals. This time runners-up, but I'm sure next time they'll be back. The Heritage Tigers. Led by the father and son duo, the Arya's owners, as well as the rest of the team. Requesting Mr. Lal and Mr. Chatterjee to hand over the runners-up trophy to the Heritage Tigers. You can come up with the team once again.
Check, Holly, check.
Let's hear it for Heritage Tigers, runners-up of the Ccfc T10 Premier League 2026. And before the celebrations, I know Salika has already started the celebrations, but before we give out the final trophy, I would request our club president, Saurav Chatterjee, to say a few words.
Good evening, everyone, and I'll keep it to a few words. A big thank you to all the participants, all the team owners, and everyone that's made this month special. But it wouldn't be just for me not to mention the cricket section led by Zafar Aziz Khan. Please give them a big hand for the fantastic work that they've done in the last 1 month and all the hard work. Zafar and team, well done. And we look forward, this year we added the ladies tournament. Maybe in the future we will add a kids tournament as well to make this the only tournament that is all inclusive in the city, and what better ground to have it on. Thank you for participating and thank you for being here.
Another great initiative by CCNFC, and of course it was all those years ago under Mr. Chatterjee's tenure as sports coordinator where we had the first ever Ccfc T10. So things have come full circle. Now, the final award, the gold champions who have lifted the trophy once before, but this time I say that it was their trophy from the draft all the way till the final. One of 3 teams to win all matches and go unbeaten, invincible champions, and for the second time ever, Salika Challengers, the champions of the Ccfc T10 Cricket Premier League, led by Adarsh Sultan and Harsh Biyani, owner and captain.
Everybody knows say bravo a champion, 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 champion. Everybody know Chris Gale is a champion, Dini a champion, Bounty a champion, Marshall is a champion, Buddy is a champion, Pollard is a champion, Lara is a champion, Gale is a champion. Don't forget Michael Jordan, Obama a champion, Mandela a champion, Serena a champion, Wendy a champion, Shelly and a champion, 958 Bolt a champion. Champion, 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 champion. Everybody knows say bravo a champion, 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 champion. Everybody knows Chris Gale
So request Mr. Lal and Mr. Chatterjee to present. The Silco presents Ccfc T10 Cricket Premier League Champions Trophy to Celica Challengers. And owner Adarsh will be accepting the trophy. And let's hear it for Celica Challengers, champions of the 2026 edition of the Ccfc T10. Fitting that Harsh also gets the, he reserves it, the captain. The whole team will join in for a quick picture, and then they will have the celebrations which will last throughout the night.
Dini a champion, Bounty a champion, Marshall is a champion, Buddy is a champion, Pollard is a champion, Lara is a champion, Gale is a champion. Don't forget.
So as the celebrations kick off, I thank all of our guests for joining us and being a part of the Ccfc T10. And we will see you once again very shortly for the next event at Ccfc.
Champion, 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 champion. Everybody knows say bravo, a champion, 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 champion. Everybody knows Chris Gale is a champion, Dini a champion, Bounty a champion, Marshall is a champion, Buddy is a champion, Pollard is a champion, Lara is a champion, Gale is a champion. Don't forget Michael Jordan, the
والله ها دوس عندي خوش فاصلة يا اخي تفوز والله خوش رقصة يا اخي دوس عندي خوش فاصلة يا اخي تفوز والله خوش رقصة عندي لك رقصة قوية يا الحبيب اسمها صبوحة خطبها نصيب مدينك جنب تعطيها بكف وهز شكلك هيل خليك شديد عطني رقصة فريسة زيد عليها شوي عندي بيت